Good afternoon. Welcome to Self-Care Sundays with Angie and Priscilla.
Where we talk about all aspects of self-care from the physical and beyond.
We've been out for a while. I miss you, girl.
I miss you too. We miss you guys. Also, thank you so much for checking in with us.
Yes,
We're good.
much appreciated.
Ready to give you the goods.
Yes, and today's topic is about emotional self-care.
Whew.
Yes.
Favorite.
And let's get into what emotional self-care is. Emotional self-care is caring for your emotional needs by identifying and nourishing your feelings, your inner conscious, and your intellect.
Yeah, so this one is one of my favorite because I tend to run high on emotions. So when I think about emotions and emotional self-care, I think about how emotions are related to frequency. So trying to stay frequency and vibration. So trying to stay in that high vibration emotional state, because when you're in a high vibrational emotional state, it's like you're opening yourself up to the world. And that happens all the way down to a cellular level. So your cells are very accepting of that emotional state versus the opposite. When you are experiencing or going through low vibrational emotions, it's almost like you're closing yourself off to the world, and then that lessens the amount of cellular energy that you receive. So
that's a good one. That's good.
Yeah. I often think about that. So just to start off, one of my favorite ways to care for myself emotionally is honoring whatever the emotion is that I'm feeling. So again, because I said I do try to stay in the high vibrational emotions, I still have to honor where I am in that moment. So sometimes this looks like me giving myself a certain amount of time to kind of explore why I might be feeling a certain way, and then moving to a solution. And giving myself a certain amount of time to sit in this emotion before I say, okay, it's enough, and now it's time to move on with something else, because I've either found some resolve or I have to move on anyway because I can't sit here. So that is one of my top priorities, to allow myself to feel whatever it is that I'm feeling, do some exploration, and move on.
Yes. Yeah, I like that. Mine is showing gratitude to myself. I feel like we so much and on a regular basis focus on what's wrong.
Yep.
I make a conscious effort to feel like to think about what's right, what's going good, what's working well, and by do that by showing gratitude to whatever that is. And in this case, for emotional self-care, I recognize everything that's going right in my life as far as health, family, business. I just show gratitude in that, and I focus on something at a time. Like, of course, it'll be just one thing at a time. I'll focus on my health. I was under the weather recently, and I just thought about how we take our health for granted. So when you're sick, and when you're better, you're like, I'm so happy to be better. I'm so happy to. So I really focused on all the things that were going right for me. Even when I was under the weather, I actually focused on what was going right during that time. So showing gratitude is really big for me as far as my emotional self-care. And before we jump into our others, let's talk about what kind of tea we drinking, girl.
Yes. So thank you for bringing that up. I realized that we hadn't said it. So guys, we are drinking a tea today that is yummy delicious. We are both drinking the same tea.
Yes.
So we are drinking Lotus Mind. So let me tell you about Lotus Mind. Lotus Mind has gotu kola. Gotu kola is actually a herb that is really great for opening the crown chakra. We'll get into that at some point during this series. Another ingredient in our lotus mind is French lavender. And so this helps to calm your mood while also heightening your awareness. And it is yummy.
Yes.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Very good.
So I like that you talked about what feels good for you emotionally and catering to your needs in that way. And the fact that you said when you were not well, I'm going to sit this one out. I'm going to take this time to get back together versus just to keep going just for what?
Exactly.
So taking that time and honoring the messages that your body sent you and said, chill out, girl.
Exactly.
Sit down.
Just stop.
Sit down somewhere.
And I listened.
Yeah. Well, okay. So one of my other ways that I love to care for myself emotionally, and this is a really big one, being mindful of what and who I allow to have my attention.
I love that.
Because, you know, especially, I can't even say especially now because it seems like especially all the time, whenever you look for it, it's there. But I am not into allowing myself to fully focus on and resonate in and sit in Black trauma. Not gonna do it. And for so many reasons. And okay, so not gonna allow certain things to have my attention or certain people to dictate where I go or how I experience my emotions. I am the sole controller of my emotions, and I am the sole controller of my emotions by not allowing certain things to come in and disrupt what I have going on internally. So when it's no, we're not doing that today. No, I'm not watching that. I'm not. No, I didn't see that because I don't need to see it because hearing about it was traumatic enough. So allowing or not allowing things to put me in a place of always being sad. Sadness is not an emotion that I want to sit in and day out. And that's that.
I love that. And I'm going to just touch on that. Because so many people make you feel
or
like
they try to
make you feel some kind of way. I'm not gonna, some kind of way when you don't want to watch certain videos that's, happening to us, and that's how I feel. I feel like I know what's happening. I don't want to watch that video. I don't want to put myself in that place. I'm choosing not to. I know it's happening. I hear it. It's enough, right? I don't have to watch it.
And it's not new.
Yes. Right.
And that's their personal problem that they feel some kind of way that you won't do what they feel like you should be doing. So,
and that actually,
I don't have time for that.
Yes. And I'm going to tell you, what happened to me recently, which actually goes into my next one, which is everything that's been going on in the news. I watched it. I did watch it. And
not to mention we're still in a whole pandemic.
Yes. So I'm watching the news, and I typically do not. But I was watching the news, and I found myself later that day feeling anxious. So I felt like I was having an anxiety attack.
Oh, and anxiety is for real.
Yes. And what I did to get through that, which is one of my emotional self-care things that I do for emotional self-care, is guided meditation. So the only thing that took me out of that anxiety state was the guided meditation. I tried cuddling. I tried just relaxing. I tried shower. I tried everything that I do, stretches. I did all of that. But the only thing worked in that instant was guided meditation. And it actually got me through it and got me calm. And I was able to carry on with my night after I did the guided meditation, because everyone can't handle that. that's kind of trauma, right? That's, you know, and everybody can't handle that. And I'm one of them. I'm not someone who watches the news all the time. I hear the news, yes, but I don't watch the news. And it's for that reason. So
yeah, at the end of the day, I feel like if it's something that I like need to know right now, somebody's gonna tell me. Somebody's gonna call me and say, "Hey, girl,
don't go outside." And that's
how'd your mama? How'd your kids?
And that's exactly how I feel. It's like I haven't watched the news in forever, and I don't feel like I've been missing out on any news.
That part.
Yes.
So, managing stress, kind of on the same scale of what you were just saying. Managing stress, period, is one of the ways that I care for myself emotionally. So, it sounds like your guided meditation is a way for you to handle stress. I enjoy that thoroughly as well. Meditating for me, it just depends on my mood. If I want to have a guided meditation or if I want to guide myself through a meditation. So finding out what works for you. So guided meditation, yoga, which we've talked about before, is also a tool that I use for managing stress. Therapy is a tool that I use for managing stress. Having conversations with my husband is a great tool that I use for managing stress. And then music. Yes, music for managing stress. Music is the soundtrack to most of our lives anyway. Yes. So for me, hardcore rap, hip hop, R&B, pop, across the whole spectrum. I have the playlist of a schizophrenic. And it is all equally as calming to me. You know, you skip your song, you're driving, you skip, and then you hit that one and you like, that's what I need today. So music is just something that, you know, can really soothe the savage beast or get you crunk if that's what you need, where you need to be. That's an old word, but hey.
Right. But it fits.
Exactly. So,
and I get it.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. Yes. Sometimes you need a little bass in the music to just change your whole mood.
I'll the bass line, girl. That's enough.
Yes.
That's something different.
Yes. Good one. Very good.
Well, thank you so much for listening to our self-care. It feels so good to be back. I'm happy to be back with my girl. Yes, we're happy to be back.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please let us know what tea you're drinking and let us know what you're doing for emotional self-care. And until next time, bye.
Take care.